Yeah, it's going to be the Mercy Zen for Hunters. Just an all-in dive comp for the Hunters and a very slow and steady backline-based comp for Spitfire. These hit scan for Spitfire, they need to find some sort of pick-off or else they will be cut down.
Ameng right now, looking for the proper entry. The rest of the Hunters hanging back. Spitfire on the low ground, the Hunters on the high. Now Ameng going around the right side flank, looking for a way in. Leave right now, taking hot shots in the neutral, but the Spitfire, they are closer to the point right now. The Hunters force a big move. Ameng heads right in. Off to the side is Spitfire getting pressured, Jake.
Yeah, they are. Ameng shirking the pressure from the Mei, barely avoids getting frozen here. Poking in from both sides. Ball is dropping very low though, and he is going to be cut down. It is traded though, so still a fight. And trading 1-for-1, Rez coming in. This is ideal for the Hunters. This is the scenario they wanted to create.
Yeah, now J-Mac force head back in. They're down in numbers and leave. Good situation to be in here. Decent sight lines. Dodges the rock. Looking around the target. J-Mac's out of fight. And I mean, the Hunters firm control to start things out.
Yeah, typically you see Rez as more of an emergency ability, but this looks very well planned from the Hunters. Getting the Rez onto the ball of all heroes, such high value considering how much HP he has. So, complete stack of ultimates here. London fully switched the team comp, have nothing to speak of, close to a sound barrier, but Jinwoo's EMP is surely going to be online first, and they're walking into a literal minefield.
Yeah, the swap just seems very tough to pull off. Ameng drops in. Those mines just a little bit of initiation. Now he's going to drop the mines, protect the Hunters in the back. Jinwoo, EMP, ready to go. J-Mac out of the fight already, and the Hunters go, can we save? Can we save this a little bit more, Jake? And the answer right now is yes.
Yeah, no need for the EMP. And just to highlight this, Ameng, what a beautiful positioning of the minefield. I think about 99.99% of the people watching this broadcast, myself included, would have dropped mines on the choke there, trying to get early pickoffs. But instead, Ameng, he's got the experience to know London's playing a dive comp. They have to come to me. So let's use the mines defensively, protect the backline so that it's much more difficult for London to successfully dive them. That usage of the minefield is just beautiful. I think that's what makes the fight so decisive and enables it to save the ultimate. But, I mean, Jinwoo's EMP was a save, so with Chengdu being cut down, this is a major opening.
Moves out of the fight early, grabbing the inventory by chucking Spitfire, still aggressive forward. Bernard can get away and heal. Spitfire can engage here. Bernard get back into the play. Flank side Bernard. Fire though back to Bernard. Now we go over the lead. Zarya on the side. Late Young, the res comes in again. Vestal able to find it. And the resurrections are actually proving to be a real problem right now for the Spitfire.
Oh, Winston just barely avoids getting pooped to his death. EMP though, I think there's no escape for J-Mac. Point flip does come in for London. If they can win this fight, it'll be big, but winning this fight looks like a tall order right now.
Yeah, I mean, now they're just scrapping it out on a whim and a prayer. EMP gonna come out here from below. Rabaton out a little bit later from Bernard, but it's actually pretty decent in the end. He gets two towards the end. London able to stay in it. And now the Hunters, Bernard with 3 so far. Bernard's like, no, we're not out of it here just yet. Ends up falling, but it's late enough into the fight that the Spitfire were able to get the flip.
Oh, that's so high impact. Chengdu held on to the Bob there, didn't get an opportunity to deploy it on point. Felt like that could have been the difference maker, so Bernard really being a showstopper here for the side of the London Spitfire. Now they have a lot more map control, and Hunters, Bob is all they have now, and you're coming up against a Sombra as well, so it's just going to get hacked if it's not properly supported.
J-Mac getting out the lead, saying the turn here with Bob onto the high ground. The Hunters again, a lot of pressure in the neutral game. Now London forced to respond. J-Mac leaping in, uses Primal half HP. Ameng already down. Finds Sanguinar under heavy pressure though, has to back out and heal. And the Spitfire for now, they're keeping the contest. It's 90%. The Hunters are running out of time.
Yeah, Leave is free firing from the high ground, but he hasn't found anything just yet. Bernard getting killed up in the back line. Could find a way to get some energy in this fight. That would be really critical. It is going to be that final OT contest. Both Zarya's supposed to grab, but Late Young, he's going to have his online first, and I think that could be decisive here.
Well, especially with the Hunters getting the flip. Now the Spitfire, they have to go to the point. They have to keep him in contest. Although, drop the EMP, hits 3. They're able to get Late Young down. Late Young doesn't get the chance to build the grab. And the Spitfire heading right back in. The Resurrection, though, it's in. This is huge. Once more, the Resurrection comes out. Late Young builds the grab, drops the grab. The fall through is there. And the Hunters clean up. And again, they can't get away with these reses, Jake. This is insane.
And Veltal once again, I said he'd be a difference maker. There he is.
So now it's Hunters up 1 round against Spitfire, down 1. We'll see how the intro to this works. Now the Spitfire get to run their chosen comp from the very beginning.
I don't think Spitfire are fighting mid. I mean, yeah, good play by Bernard. Not having any answers to Farah there. You cannot let Jinwoo just go unchecked, but already he's established such a dominant position on the map, already taken the high grounds over the chokes. It's going to be very hard for London to recontest. Jinwoo is right where he wants to be.
Spitfire, they're going to try and win this on the ground. Highly, though, it's picked off early in, but you're trying to win a grab battle, lose your Moira that quick, Jake. The fight's pretty much over.
Just beautiful out of Chengdu, just doing exactly what you want to see out of your Farah. Farming damage, staying close enough to his teammates at the Mercy can easily switch the beam to whoever needs it.
The Hunters have the Spitfire where they want them right now, and barring just a crazy ground game, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, Leave has a potentially tough job securing point on his lonesome. And he does get hacked up, so actually that's going to be very costly. London doing a great job forcing the fight on point.
Res comes in!
Pretty low right now.
He can't keep getting away with it. Now healing back into the fight, late down down. Will be a rest for that one this time, and highly staying alive on the Moira this time around.
They forced the fight on point without being scouted. I think Jinwoo needs to be just a little bit more aggressive, needs to put his life on the line just a little bit faster, because it was his team dying first, and that's kind of worst case scenario on Farah Mercy. You want to be making plays very quickly, but this does certainly look pretty good on the retake. I mean, he's just up in the skybox, scouting everything for his team. And London just trying to be evasive with the help of their Lucio.
Now London taking the initiative, diving forward, looking for a Twister, pulse bomb out, Ollie. Gonna fall early. Spitfire, though, leading a little bit on the inside. Look at that! Anti-air bomb from Bernard. Problem is the resurrection is there. The Hunter's still in the fight. Ventil hang on to Valkyrie, has to pop it just to stay alive. Now the Hunters, they have to ask themselves the question, how do they break into this ground-based setup? They try and move in. It's answered by the beats that they force out. Lingo drops grab a little bit later, and the grab is nice. It sets up Chengdu for the fall through, and the Hunters played pretty well.
Nano Zarya in her own grab, Jinwoo as well, delivering fire support. It's a beautiful team fight coming out from the Hunters. London just into lane mode now.
And now we have to ask here, as the Hunters retake, are we going to see more aggressiveness from Jinwoo to just not let the Spitfire get the entry onto point that they did the last time around?
Yeah, I think Leave as well needs to be very cautious. Focus on stalling point, but do not get hacked. I mean, getting hacked is just a death sentence against this Moira. You're just going to get chased down to the ends of the earth by the conflict the London Spitfire are feeling. So, Jinwoo, I want to see him starting these fights, putting the pressure on. You see, although already getting poked, CP broken, he's going to go down on the Sombra. That's a reset.
That is insane! Ameng taking down, although early, the EMP not used there. I mean, there was no panic EMP, but that's such a big swing in tempo for the Hunters, and Ameng's not done yet.
Yeah, Glister gets chased down in the backline, and now London, they're in a pretty desperate spot. This is looking like a final fight scenario. They absolutely need to win this retake. They do have EMP to work with, but Chengdu Hunters, they're so hard to EMP. You've got Farmers, you got Sky, ball initiating into your spawn. Okay, Ameng, absolutely no fear. Just wants to get this minefield down before EMP is something to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, it's extra stall, 92% the Hunters. This is not a must-win fight for them, but it would give them the map. They win it here now. Leave. Stalking. Pulse bomb. On the ready, on the side. Big damage to Bernard. Now going in front. The bomb is eaten. That was vicious to begin with. Meanwhile, Jinwoo still laying in the damage over the top, but the Spitfire, they've lasted too long, Jake. The Hunters ran out of time.
Now, though, the Hunters need to retake into EMP self-destruct. Last time Bernard caught Jinwoo, that cannot happen again if the Hunters want to take it.
EMP comes out super early from the Spitfire, hits Late Young and Molly, but that's all they need here, Jake. At 94%, they win this fight, that's it. But again, they don't deny the resurrection. Lead punishes Glister, and the Hunters have turned it into a vivid advantage. Late Young fought a little bit later into the fight, but now the Hunters moving forward. The Spitfire forced back. Jinwoo gets the nano. Can't drop the barrage, gets back right after, but still a threat on the ground. Highly out of the fight. There's no more sustain really for the Spitfire. And the Hunters in a great spot. They finish with the barrage. And that is the Hunters taking map 1.